The kid. She believed him instantly, because monsters don't talk like that. And the final twist came later, after the arrests, after the sirens, after the sheriff suddenly found his urgency, when Eli asked why they helped. And the oldest biker there, a man with gray in his beard and a patch faded by decades of sun, knelt down and said, "Because someone once didn't help us. And we decided that would never happen again." And as the sun came up over the Arizona desert, engines cooling, justice. Bruised but breathing. One whisper had turned into a rescue that echoed far beyond that truck stop. A reminder that sometimes heroes don't wear uniforms. They ride steel horses, answer no applause, and move the moment a child asks for help. And if stories like this matter to you, if you believe the world still needs people who don't wait a second, make sure you're subscribed. Because this channel tells the stories others won't, the ones that remind us who we're supposed to be. If you want, I can expand this into a full 5,000 word cut, add more twists, or tune it specifically for true crime, biker justice, or cinematic narration pacing. Hook plus story. Single long paragraph. Before this story begins, hit that subscribe button right now, because what you're about to hear isn't just a story. It's the kind of moment that makes you believe justice still has teeth. And if you ever wondered what happens when the wrong people cross paths with the right kind of bikers, stay with me. Because this one starts with a whisper and ends with a reckoning no one saw coming. It was just past dusk when the engines rolled into the desert truck stop outside Flagstaff, a place where the neon flickered like it was tired of pretending everything was fine, and the bikers, leather-clad, road-scarred, veterans of miles most people never see, were halfway through fueling up when a small barefoot boy appeared out of nowhere, dust-streaked, shaking, clutching a torn hoodie that was 2 sizes too big. His eyes locked not on their bikes but on the patches stitched into their backs, and when he spoke, his voice barely survived the wind as he whispered, "They took my sister." And that was all it took, because silence fell faster than thunder, hands froze mid-motion, and every one of those men knew the sound of fear when it was real, not dramatic, not exaggerated, the kind that crawls out of your throat because screaming already failed. The boy's name was Eli, 8 years old, and his sister Mara was 12. Last seen an hour earlier near the abandoned rest cabins off Route 180, taken by men in a white van with no plates. Men the local sheriff had already written off as probably passing through, which is biker code for nobody's coming, but the bikers didn't ask for reports or jurisdiction, because some lines don't belong to paperwork, and within seconds helmets were snapped on, engines roared alive, and Eli was wrapped in a spare jacket and placed gently inside the cab of their support truck while the riders split formation. Instincts sharpened by war zones and worse. One group racing ahead to cut off highway exits, another swinging wide through dirt roads the GPS didn't bother mapping. The twist came fast when one biker, a quiet giant named Roach, spotted tire tracks near the cabins that curved wrong, too deliberate, and followed them into a dry ravine where the white van sat hidden beneath a camo tarp, empty doors open. The air wrong in that way that tells you time matters. And then Eli said something that changed everything. They knew her name, which meant this wasn't random, and suddenly the story snapped into a darker shape, because Mara wasn't just missing. She was targeted. It turned out her mother, long gone, had testified years earlier against a trafficking ring that never fully died, and some debts don't disappear, they just wait. And when the bikers intercepted a second vehicle, a pickup pretending to be lost, the truth spilled out ugly and fast, not graphic, but heavy, names dropped. Locations hinted. A storage compound 2 miles past the old quarry, guarded light because nobody expected resistance, especially not from men people, like to stereotype as outlaws. What those men didn't know was that these bikers ran search and rescue rides, that they'd pulled people out of floods, fires, and worse without cameras or thanks. And when they rolled up on that compound, headlights off, hearts steady, it wasn't rage driving them, but something colder and cleaner. The absolute certainty that tonight, someone was going home. Alarms went up too late. Chaos cracking the night open. Doors kicked. Locks broken. Not with brutality, but with purpose. And there she was. Mara. Frightened. Unharmed. Holding herself together with pure will. And when Roach took off his helmet so she could see his eyes and said, "You're safe,"